Parker is on a collision course with the Kingpin. But is he ready for this confrontation so early in his superhero career, and can he trust the ally at his side? Well, let's hop into the pages of Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 6, and find out together, shall we? So then, this issue wastes absolutely no time getting started. We see the Parker family sitting down to dinner, only to be shocked and horrified that Father Peter has come sporting a black eye. He's clearly been through something horrible, and all of his classic excuses just aren't hitting anymore. I fell down. That classic Parker luck, doesn't matter what universe, always seems to strike, huh? With his back against the wall and his house of cards slowly but surely coming tumbling down, it's actually his daughter who ends up blurting out that he got hurt being a superhero. Oops. In May's defense, she did keep her father's super secret for a couple months, which is a lot more than most kids with some juicy gossip like this. With the cat, or should I say spider, officially out of the bag right now, Peter has no choice but to come clean to his family, starting with telling them exactly how he got so badly injured. It would seem that after weeks of staking out Fisk Tower, Peter, alongside his ally in vigilantism, Harry Osborn, were ready to finally take the fight directly to the Kingpin himself and hopefully follow up the trail of corruption all the way to the Maker's inner circle. It's during this very tense stakeout that Peter and Harry realize that they haven't actually settled on code names this late into their career. For Harry, it's pretty obvious, the papers are already calling him the Green Goblin, so why not start owning it in the field? As far as Peter, though, he still hasn't settled on a code name yet, but he will by the end of this issue, don't you worry. Peter is actually conflicted before this big battle. It's one thing to stop petty crooks like the Shocker from breaking the law, it's another thing to break and enter yourself, even if it means stopping a criminal who is much worse. In fact, this whole story basically seeks to say that up until now, Spider-Man has been playing at being a hero, but that if he wants to deal with the likes of Kingpin and even the people who are pulling Kingpin strings, he's going to have to get very serious very quickly, and indeed, serious happens. As the Kingpin reveals that this has all been a trap, he knew full well that Spider-Man and Green Goblin were watching him, and he was waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike back against his foes. Poor Harry ends up getting taken out of the fight very early on, leaving Spider-Man on his own to fend for himself, which he actually does a pretty damn excellent job of, fueled by the rage of seeing someone like Kingpin be so completely callous to his friend Harry. One pumpkin bomb explosion later, and we see full well how exactly it is Kingpin is able to hold his own. It seems that he's managed to upgrade himself using the very same tech that helped turn Bullseye from regular assassin to super assassin. In fact, Harry accidentally lets it drop during all of this that he had imprisoned and tortured Bullseye, something that Spidey is not a fan of. Green Goblin gets singled out from the rest of the fight, and it looks like Kingpin might very well end up crushing his head like a rotten pumpkin. I love this panel too because we can absolutely see the uncut terror in Harry's eyes as he feels his own mortality slipping away. He even exclaims, "Oh God," only for Kingpin to again cut probably one of the coldest promos I've heard in a minute.
God, don't you understand the world you live in? There's no one listening, no one to save you. You're all alone and it's all over.
Once again, Spider-Man very heroically swoops on in to try and save the Green Goblin at great personal cost to himself, and there's a good chance that Kingpin probably would have torn him in half too if Green Goblin didn't activate a bigger, even more powerful pumpkin bomb explosion. Again, remember a couple issues ago we learned that he can actually control the yield of those things whenever he wants. Needless to say, this was a pretty embarrassing little learning lesson for both Green Goblin and the artist not yet known as Spider-Man. They learned that they're not quite ready to take on Kingpin, but on the upside, Peter was finally forced to reveal his secret to his family, and thankfully they're all pretty cool about it. Well, the daughter already knew, and the son is a pretty easy sell too, because who doesn't love the idea of their father being a superhero? Mary Jane, though, is going to take a little bit more convincing, understandably. She's not mad that Peter didn't share this part of his life, but she is worried for his own well-being, and worried that anything he does as Spider-Man might end up blowing back on them. Beyond that, though, once Peter is able to put her mind at ease, though, she's actually more enticed than just about anything. In fact, she wants to see the suit. It's here, too, we're once again reminded that Peter hasn't actually taken a proper code name yet. Geez, if only he knew someone, an incredibly talented, creative woman who worked in the PR industry. Someone who could simply distill everything he's trying to do as a superhero right now. Oh wait, yes he does, his own loving wife who says, "Isn't it obvious you're Spider-Man?" So yeah, Mary Jane absolutely supports Peter's brand brand new endeavor into being a superhero, and just to really seal the deal, Peter takes her swinging as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 6, everybody, and I gotta say, as far as the big finale of this first inaugural arc for Hickman's Ultimate Spider-Man goes, I couldn't think of a more perfect ending. More than anything, I think what this issue, and by extension the rest of the whole arc, really manages to hit home is that there is genius in simplicity. I mean, how can Peter possibly live a double life as a family man and a superhero? Easy, he won't have to do it for long, but how will his family ever accept him doing this dangerous work as a vigilante? Easy, they do, because they love and trust him. It's called writing, and when you do it well, you don't need to add a lot of extraneous drama or extra dimensions to it. Sometimes you really can just keep it simple, stupid. I also like the idea that once Spider-Man fought like a real deal supervillain like Kingpin, he doesn't get it right the first time because he's still learning, he's still growing and coming into his own. Likewise for Harry, he thought he knew so much more, he thought that he could get this done, he came in half-cocked and he almost ended up getting killed. He would have been killed, in fact, if it wasn't for Spider-Man. And we're already starting to see more of the seeds planted for what will eventually lead to this friendship and partnership imploding. Harry is willing to do all the things that Peter won't, cross all the lines that he can't. And now the Green Goblin not only knows Peter's secret, but he knows his family too, meaning that when all of this explodes, it's gonna be a big fallout. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one a 9 out of 10. Great action, great characterization, just feel good Spider-Man from start to finish. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.